Right now, from Monona to Kilimanjaro, only on News 3 Now this morning, the inspirational story of one determined grandmother.
Plus, protest and calls for accountability in the death of Tyree Nichols. What's next for the officers involved?
And we do have an alert day today for some bitterly cold temperatures and wind chills. We'll take a look at some snow totals coming up.
Good Monday morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on this January 30th. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slivka with your first warned weather on a couple of very important alert days. Kelly, it felt a lot cooler out there this morning. I didn't think it was as cold as what the temperatures are showing on the map.
It's that dry cold.
Yeah.
You know, they always talk about the heat and humidity, but this is the cold and lack of humidity.
Dry cold.
It's a dry cold. So it doesn't feel as bad. As long as you cover everything up, make sure you cover any exposed surfaces, you should be okay. But right now, it's a cold morning. 5 degrees currently in Madison, Wisconsin Dells, Juneau, both at 4. Janesville currently at 7, of course. With a little bit of a wind, it doesn't take much to produce that wind chill, but we do have that alert day today and also tomorrow for some of these wind chill values by tomorrow morning at this time, close to 25 below, and this will obviously affect all of southern Wisconsin with some of those bitterly cold wind chills. Winds right now, 8 to as high as 12 miles per hour right now, so that puts our wind chill right now in Madison at 11 below. Look at Camp Douglas down to a 17 below zero. Temperatures right now in the single numbers. We actually have some clouds now. Those should gradually depart and give us some sun, but it'll be deceiving. Temperatures only in the single numbers through the noon hour, and that northwest wind will keep that wind chill value below zero throughout the day.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. We'll check back in a minute. All those plow crews all over southern Wisconsin are coming off a long weekend. Here is a look at Madison's south side this morning. This morning, there are icy stretches all over. The city of Madison still under a snow emergency. Here's the latest from Madison street crews. Cleanup is going to continue for multiple days. Typically takes 12 to 14 hours to clear everything in the city, but deeper snow events like the one we saw over the weekend will make it take quite a bit longer. Keep this in mind too. Temps are cold enough this morning. They are below the threshold for salt to work at its most effective level.
Yeah, now today is your trash day. The city wants you to keep your bins off the streets. This way, plows won't have to work around them. Instead, put them at the end of your driveway. Alternate side parking is still in effect for tonight. Last night, cars should have been on the even number side of the street. Tonight, it'll be on the odd numbered side. If you don't follow the rules, the fine is $60, and the city could tow your car. New this morning at 6:02, Fitchburg fire officials are investigating an apartment fire that is displacing at least 16 families this morning. This video is courtesy of Fitchburg Access Community Television. Multiple tenants reported fire in the building and 10 fire companies responded to this fire. It was on High Ridge Trail off of Fish Hatchery Road. There was heavy smoke and fire when crews arrived, but they were able to put it out. Right now, the Red Cross is assisting those families in need. No injuries are being reported. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Developing this morning, more protests are planned for later today in Memphis and other cities in honor of Tyree Nichols, who died after a violent encounter with Memphis police. It comes after protests over the weekend as the city of Memphis released video showing the violent January 7th police arrest that led to Nichols' death. It's sparking calls for more public safety officials to be held to account, as well as renewed demands for criminal justice. Memphis NAACP President Van Turner has called for police reform action at the state and federal level.
At first aid been rendered, maybe Tyree would have been beat up, bones broken, but he would still be alive. So those that just watched him die, I mean, they are to be held as accountable as the ones that beat and brutalized him.
A February 17th bond arraignment hearing has been scheduled for the 5 ex-officers involved. That according to the Shelby County Online Court record. Each faces multiple charges, including second-degree murder. Several sheriff's deputies and fire department employees who were at the scene during the incident have been relieved of duty pending investigations amid calls for further disciplinary actions. Right now, the GoFundMe page created in memory of Nichols is growing by the hour. The account is nearing $1.2 million this morning. Tyree Nichols' mother created the page to help pay for mental health services for her and her husband, and so they can take time off of their jobs. The couple also says that they want to build a skate park in Tyree's memory. His mother says the 29-year-old loves skateboarding and sunsets.
6:04 right now. The U.S. hit the debt ceiling set by Congress, and that has forced the Treasury Department to take extraordinary measures to keep the government financially afloat. A solution of some sort is needed within the next few months, and President Biden will meet with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy this week to discuss the matter in detail. It'll be their first meeting since McCarthy became Speaker.
I want to sit down together, work out an agreement that we can move forward to put us on a path to balance, at the same time not put any of our debt in jeopardy at the same time.
24 Senate Republicans, including several freshmen, said in a letter to President Biden that they won't back a debt ceiling increase without at least equal spending reductions imposed.
The Super Bowl is set. The Eagles and Chiefs will square off in less than 2 weeks for the NFL championship. In the early NFC matchup yesterday, Philadelphia dominated San Francisco to advance. Late game here, a much closer matchup in Kansas City. This one came down to the last play. You see Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes scrambling. He gets out of bounds, but a bad penalty here for the Bengals defense would set up a 45-yard field goal for the Chiefs to win it. And it's good. Chiefs go on to win 23-20 over Cincinnati. That was Harrison Butker there with the field goal. It earns the Chiefs another trip to the Super Bowl.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the city. They're passionate. They love football. I mean, I can't wait till Kansas City and Philly clash. It's gonna be awesome, man. I mean, what a great Super Bowl it'll be.
Super Bowl 57, 2 weeks away. February 12th, kickoff at 5:30 from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
6:06 this morning. There are days in everyone's life that feel like a mountain you have to hike up. But one Dane County grandmother says if she can hike up Africa's Mount Kilimanjaro with no previous experience, you too can conquer your summits with determination and pace.
In a story you'll only see on News 3, our Armand Rahman introduces us to Monica Livingston and shares her story from Monona to Kilimanjaro.
Oh, I've been dreaming of this for like over 20 years.
Dancing with African tribes was unforgettable, but Monica Livingston's dream involved bigger steps up the world's largest freestanding mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro.
You look and you just see the mountain lines disappear into the clouds. And you're like, oh my gosh, what in the world have I gotten into?
Before the 63-year-old left Monona, Livingston had never climbed or camped before. Her training was walking.
Around Lake Monona a few times, you know, just did a lot of trekking at Devil's Lake.
But she was determined to make it to the second highest summit, Stella Point, a non-technical climb that's still dangerously steep.
Just trek over this way about 20 feet, and then it turns this way. And you're just going up the mountain like that.
The trip up took 7 days with low oxygen.
It was okay as long as we didn't rush. And the mantra that you do on the mountain is pole pole. It's Swahili, that means slowly, slowly. It's rainforest, yeah.
They went from rainforest to rocky terrain with guides to help them over boulders and deep crevices.
So you do this little leap of faith, and he just pulls you over. But, oh my God, that was a little bit scary.
But Livingston says their climbing team held the line together.
There would just be a big group hug, and we'd be like, okay, we can do this. We're going to do this together. Let's get up this mountain.
The last leg of the trip was the hardest, before sunrise with below zero wind chills. The names of her loved ones on her pack helped, close to her heart.
Started out with my husband, my kids, my grandkids.
And the sun came up as Livingston made it to 18,800 feet.
It's just gorgeous, even though it's just plain. And you can see the glaciers also off to your left.
It's a summit not many people on Earth reach, but Livingston says anyone can conquer the mountains life throws at them, taking it pole pole.
I would say don't let anyone squelch that desire to go do something beyond what you think you're capable of doing, or even question.
Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
What determination.
I know. Just when you think you have an obstacle in your life, look what she did. And she accomplished it. I mean, no experience doing something like that is so impressive.
It just goes to show that courage and drive can go a long way.
Sure can. Sure.
All right, 6:09 right now. Coming up, we're talking about Frozen Fest in Sun Prairie and how you can be part of the fun in the 608.
And as many folks buy dietary supplements to get their nutrients, Consumer Reports is going to take a closer look at some of the most popular ones.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like an enhanced all-wheel drive system and off-road tuned suspension, so you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
6:13 on your Monday morning. Let's see what's happening in the 608. Frozen Fest continues in Sun Prairie this week. It kicked off over the weekend with a number of events. There's a lot on the schedule for you this week. Looking ahead today, you can check out the Hot Cocoa, S'mores, and Craft Kit pop-up. That's at Prairie Lakes from 4 to 6 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow, the Winter Puzzle Contest at the West Side Community Building. Then Wednesday night, it is Night at the Museum with a chance to meet Jimmy the Groundhog.
Hey.
Then finally on Thursday, one of our favorite mornings of the year, Jimmy the Groundhog will give his official prognostication on Groundhog Day. Will we see an early spring? Well, we'll find out live on News 3 Now this morning, this coming Thursday, February 2nd.
We should.
To learn more, yeah, you can go up to the story at channel3000.com. I've got links right there.
Hot cocoa and s'mores tonight.
You're going to need it. A lot of it.
Sounds good, yeah. Hey, if you want to share an inspirational story with Josh, maybe something's coming up, or maybe you want to highlight someone who's done something incredible, let Josh know. Reach out on social media. He's at Josh Spreiter TV. or email them at inthe608@WISC-TV.com.
6:14 right now. Kelly Slifka's here. We can have an early spring, Kelly.
I don't know. I haven't seen my shadow yet, so we'll have to check. Anyway, we are looking at some bitterly cold temperatures over the next couple of days. Therefore, we have issued an alert day for today and tomorrow. Just have to bundle up because some of these winds will create wind chill values close to 25 below zero come tomorrow morning. And even throughout the day today, even with some sunshine, wind chill values will be below zero. And this will cover all of southern Wisconsin. So just bundle up. Now, we had the snow, and now we got the cold, but really got some pretty good totals, especially in the Madison area. Here at the station on the southwest side of Madison, 9.5 inches. Officially at the airport, 7.3. So you kind of wonder how are we doing for the year today. So far this season anyway, 34 inches of snow. That's actually a little bit better than our average, which typically comes out to 28.3 up until this point. I think we're pretty much done with accumulating snow for the month of January and actually pretty much all week. We have had a few flurries floating about, but that's just about it this morning. It's cold though, 5 degrees right now in Madison, 7 in Janesville, and across Dane County, all of us in the single numbers this morning. 6 in Middleton, Verona at 4, 6 in Stoughton, and also Rockdale. It's not just the cold temperatures, but the winds as well. In fact, tonight, with clear skies, 10 below. That's the actual temperature. Any bit of wind, around 5 to 10 miles per hour, could put that wind chill value tonight, tomorrow morning, close to 25 below. Right now, the wind speeds are at 7 to 12 miles per hour coming out of the north and west. Therefore, a wind chill value is 11 below, 10 below in Janesville. Wind chill values throughout the day, well below zero. Tonight, though, even with the clear skies and temperatures well below zero, could be waking up to 25 below zero for those wind chills. We should see some sunshine today, but it's just going to be cold. Next 10 days, though, we'll get out of the deep freeze, it looks like, by the weekend, and we'll be rising above average into the 30s, it looks like. So it's not going to last all that long, just the next couple of days with this bitterly cold weather. 24 Wednesday, 23 Thursday, another shot of some cold air, but then we quickly rebound this weekend. Pretty dry for the next 10 days.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you much. Here's sports anchor Jordan Reed with your morning sports.
A historic celebration at the Kohl Center Sunday afternoon. Teresa Huff, one of Wisconsin basketball's most notable former players, saw her jersey ascend into the rafters, also making her the first player in women's program history to have her jersey number retired. Huff wrote her name all over the Badger record books from 1979 to 1983. When she completed her time in the red and white, she was the school's career leader in scoring, rebounds, games played, and field goals made. And on Sunday, being surrounded by family, friends, and former teammates, it's certainly a moment that the three-time UW Women's MVP will never forget.
To be the first, it means legacy, you know, for all the girls here, the young ladies here playing basketball, for Girls and Women's Day who are here to celebrate basketball. I'm so honored to be here on this day. I'm glad I'm from the state of Wisconsin, very proud, very proud of that. It's, and I'm glad it's me and not someone from Indiana.
Teresa Huff Day also saw a Big Ten battle between Wisconsin and Northwestern. The Badgers fresh off a win, and that momentum carries over. Brooke Schrammick, she's going to find Maddie Wilkie on the wing. Nothing but net triple. Gives UW a 6-point lead. The Badgers are up by 13 at halftime, but the Wildcats surge back in the second half, earning their first conference win of the season, 70-67 the final. And the Bucks on a hot streak, 3 straight wins going into last night's game with the Pelicans, and the Deer make their presence known early. A 14-2 run to start. The Greek Freak scoring from all over the court. He's going to knock down a 3, and then just minutes later, he's going to throw down the hammer for 2 of his game-high 50. The Bucks sweep the regular season series, winning this one 135-110. Wisconsin wrestling on the road, facing another top-ranked Big Ten opponent, Nebraska. Cornhuskers are first on the board, but it doesn't take long for Bucky to respond. Taylor Lamont with a close bout at 133. He edges with a 2-0 decision to tie this duel up. Now, Nebraska goes on to win the next 3 matches before Dean Hamady snaps the drought for UW. A tech fall in 165 cuts it to a 5-point deficit, but the Badgers just can't catch up, and Nebraska wins it 24-11. Back to you.
Many people turn to vitamins and dietary supplements to improve nutrient deficiencies or general health. A new survey from Consumer Reports shines the light on some of the most popular supplements with findings that might surprise you. Our Shane Hogan reports.
Rhett is one of the millions of people who often take vitamins and other supplements. multivitamins every day, and then zinc usually just during the winter months when I need a little extra boost.
According to a survey by Consumer Reports, 60% of adults in the U.S. take at least one supplement every day. But do these supplements really work?
It's difficult to know if a supplement is actually working, especially if you're making medication or lifestyle changes at the same time.
Besides vitamins and multivitamins, the most popular supplements Americans take to support overall health are fish oil, calcium, and probiotics.
Research shows that taking fish oil can help reduce inflammation, that calcium supplements can help with bone health, and that probiotics can treat diarrhea from taking antibiotics. But so far, no research demonstrates that probiotics actually improve overall health.
When it comes to supplements taken to strengthen immunity, one of the most popular is zinc. But unless you are actually zinc deficient, you're probably getting the recommended amount by eating a balanced diet.
There's also evidence that a diet rich in antioxidants such as berries, blackberries, pumpkins, carrots, and cruciferous vegetables may support brain health.
Melatonin was by far the most popular supplement for sleep, and CR says there's a good reason.
Taking melatonin can help you fall asleep about 7 minutes faster, and studies show it's particularly helpful for those with jet lag or sleep disorders. But to avoid interfering with the body's own natural production of it, avoid taking high doses over long periods of time.
After biotin, collagen was the second most common supplement taken in the survey to make hair, skin, and nails healthier. But some supplements come with serious side effects like liver damage. Consumer Reports recommends avoiding chaparral, colt's foot, and comfrey. This is Shane Hogan.
Shane, thank you. Coming up, we're going back in time with a visit to a snowmobile museum.
And at our next half hour, new recommendations from the U.S. Surgeon General on when your kids should be using social media.
Watch News 3 now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family, too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
One of the most beloved and respected Chicago bands ever to explode onto the national scene. The Buckinghams live concerts pack power into 60s pop rock. Presented by the Middleton Friends of the Performing Arts Center. February 11th at 7:30. Tickets on sale now.
Now get an Escape, Edge, or Explorer SUV with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Boy, snowmobilers are loving all the fresh powder out there after the recent snowfall.
Yeah, take a look at this. One man's passion even turning into a snowmobile museum. Les Pines and his wife Donna opened a snowmobile museum in Isle, Minnesota after they say selling snowmobiles led to racing them and then eventually collecting them. Their vintage collection grew large enough to display by the early 90s. Pine says that his passion was to keep them away from the scrapyard and being destroyed. 80 snowmobiles are on display at the moment, and another 40 are being worked on. Many of them have been donated to the couple.
These are pretty cool. I love when people develop a passion for preserving history like this.
And they have changed so much over the years, too.
Oh, boy, yeah. I mean, they were so boxy, right, Kelly?
Yeah, my 1970 Ski-Doo, yeah, it looked like something from the 50s, but...
Yeah. Kind of looks like an old soapbox derby car.
Like that, right?
With like zero suspension.
Well, you snowmobiled.
Yes, yeah, my parents still have a few. Actually was up earlier this month snowmobiling in Minnesota. I love to do it.
You had one when you were a kid. What kind of snowmobile
Mini
was it?
Z.
A Mini Z.
So it was a mini Skidoo, Mini Z, and my dad it was like the best worst thing that they ever bought me because like it was so much fun. I enjoyed it, but my dad would have to like come out and get me unstuck about every 5 minutes because that thing was so small, and we get like these large snowstorms, and yeah, it was something. It was crazy. It was nuts.
Memories. Good memories. All right, it's the cold weather we're gonna have to deal with today and tomorrow.
This snow, though, that we had was really a good dry snow, but it is going to be cold. Right now, we're looking at 5 degrees actual temperature. Wind chill values are below 0, 10, 11 below, and it's going to remain below 0 throughout the day. The clouds will gradually depart, but it's going to be deceiving. Temperatures only getting into the single numbers throughout the day, and it will feel much colder even with that sunshine.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Keep it here. We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder. And a little harder to find. But at US Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air paths in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, your home will be warm and energy efficient for years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today for your free thermal imaging consultation and save 23% on select insulation services.
Oof, gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
'Cause it stinks.
Tell me why.
I don't know, I've washed it so many times.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them 3 times better than detergent alone.
Guess the odor went bye-bye.
Nope, that's not us.
Sorry.
Rinse odor away with new Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Low E has hurt my ability to perform.
He hasn't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope.
Now through January 31st, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E? Not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Tuesday, January 31st.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Based on the data I've seen, believe that 13 is too early.
This morning, new recommendations from the Surgeon General on what age kids should be using social media.
Plus, snow emergency after the weekend snowfall. What you need to know when it comes to street parking this morning.
And we got the snow. Now we got the bitterly cold temperatures. An alert day in effect today and tomorrow.
Okay, so folks, you've got until noon today to clear off those sidewalks. Here in the city of Madison. As we say, good morning to everyone. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Kelly Slifka's here now. You know, it's always nice, like in my neighborhood yesterday, I always see my neighbors go out and they're like, help out the neighbor.
I kind of do a little bit extra on the sidewalk.
Because you want to like be nice. You don't want to like go overboard because I'm like, where do you stop? Do you just keep going house to house?
Just keep all the way down the block. just keep that snow
But it's nice to
going.
see. I mean, that was such a big snowfall. Even though it's that lighter snow, it still was a mess.
Yeah, it's still going to be a mess this morning. Obviously, the secondary roads have not been treated, so they're going to be a little bit iced over. Be cautious on some of those secondary roads. The main roads should be okay. It's bitterly cold, so the salt does not work on those roads. So be cautious on those secondary roads. Right now, we're sitting at 5 degrees. We do have the alert day today, tomorrow for the wind chills that will remain below zero all day long. Even though we will see some sun, it'll be bitterly cold late tonight, down to 25 below this time tomorrow morning, and that's obviously covering all of southern Wisconsin. Right now, the winds are out of the northwest, up as high as 12 miles per hour. So that makes it feel like 11 below zero. So it's going to feel like that pretty much all day long, anywhere close to 10 below zero. So we're looking at clouds right now that actually help temperatures up. May see a flurry or two this morning, but that should be about it. Otherwise, we'll look at skies that turn partly sunny. It's going to be deceiving, though. Temperatures only in the single numbers and those wind chill values remaining below zero.
It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for that gosh darn wind, don't you know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. You can stay on top of the changing temperatures by downloading the First Warn Weather and Traffic app. All you have to do is search WISC Weather in your app store. Well, new this morning, Fitchburg police officials are investigating an apartment fire that is displacing at least 16 families.
This video here, courtesy of Fitchburg Access Community Television. Multiple tenants reported fire in the building, and 10 fire companies responded to the fire on High Ridge Trail, just off of Fish Hatchery Road. There was thick smoke and fire when crews got there, but they were able to put it out. Right now, the Red Cross is assisting the families in need. No injuries reported. The cause still under investigation. Now to some new recommendations on kids and social media. The U.S. Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, says that 13 is just too young for social media. New research says that habitually checking social media can alter the brain chemistry of children.
It also associates poor literacy skills and difficulty using expressive language to adolescent use of social media.
Based on the data I've seen, believe that 13 is too early. And I think that it's a time, early adolescence, where kids are developing their identity, their sense of self. It's a time where it's really important for us to be thoughtful.
The Surgeon General recommending that parents don't allow their children to use social media until they are around 16 to 17 years old. So here are some ideas to help the kids put down the phone. First, be a role model for screen time. Don't binge watch or keep the TV on for background noise. Also, establish technology-free zones. Explain why you are limiting screen time. And one of the biggest points is to encourage other activities.
A snow emergency declared for tonight in Madison to clear the side streets. To help the city get to your street, alternate side parking rules are in effect during overnight hours for tonight. All residents who park on the street are asked to move their vehicles to the odd-numbered side of the street. Fewer obstacles in the roads, means plowing operations can be completed in a safer and faster manner.
Well, all of the fresh snow is good news if you like to snowmobile. Dane County parks have reopened area trails. More than 500 miles of snowmobile trails are available in Dane County. But remember, you can't ride without a valid trail pass from the DNR. At least 6 inches of snow with steady below freezing temperatures is needed to maintain the trails. To get specific details on the trail conditions, you can go online or call the number. That's 608-242-4576.
Now to the latest in the Tyree Nichols case. The Memphis Police Department is permanently deactivating the Scorpion unit created 2 years ago to tackle rising crime. It all comes after Memphis police released body camera footage of the fatal beating. It sparked protests across the country, including in Madison. Our Braden Ross shares what demonstrators here are demanding.
Say his name. Protesters in Madison braved the cold today to call for one thing:
justice for Tyree Nichols.
On Friday, Memphis police released body cam footage of the brutal, deadly beating of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols during a traffic stop.
Just immense grief and dread, and also anger.
It's disgusting. It's completely inhumane. Nobody should be treated that way. Nobody.
In response, people across the nation took to the streets to protest.
We were out here in 2020 calling for an end to police brutality and racist policing, and it just seems like nothing's really changed, so we're not going to stop talking about it.
In Madison, Nichols' death reminded people of another trauma.
Really, the first thing that came to my mind was Tony Robinson and the fact that Matt Kenny is still gainfully employed and supported by the entirety of the Madison Police Department.
Robinson was killed by Madison police in 2015. Matt Kenny, the officer involved, is still on the police force as no criminal charges were filed against him.
The struggle for justice for Tyree is the same struggle for justice that we are still fighting for with Tony Robinson.
Ultimately, protesters say they hope victims of police brutality get justice and can rest peacefully, remembered for the way they lived rather than how they died.
Watch the videos of him skateboarding and his photography and him just living his life rather than have the memory of Tyree as being murdered and killed by police. There is a sense of anger there that I don't want us to lose. But also I think it's so important to understand that this isn't just a name. There was a life that was taken here.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
The GoFundMe for Nichols' family and legal fees has raised well over $1 million.
Happening tonight, it's your opportunity to learn more about the 3 candidates running for Madison mayor. Sati Rhodes Conway, Gloria Reyes, and Scott Kerr will be at the Candidates Forum at the Sequoia Library. It's starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Joy Cardin will moderate. Event hosts hope to reach every voter they can and help inform the public. The seating in the room is limited to 80 people, but you can find the Zoom link on the City of Madison Common Council blog.
Former President Donald Trump has kicked off his 2024 presidential campaign. Saturday, Trump stopped in Columbia, South Carolina with his senior campaign advisor, Stephen Stefanik. Trump talked about his current poll numbers, the border crisis, and compared his treatment to President Biden's over classified documents.
6:37, take a look at this amazing drone footage this morning. The 40th annual John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon underway in Minnesota. They started Sunday morning, and marathon runners will finish sometime tomorrow morning. The runners and their pups will travel over 300 miles in just a handful of days. Wisconsinite Ryan Anderson looking to claim his 5th win as he sits around 5 minutes ahead of the rest of the pack this morning. Of course, we're wishing him well. Hopefully they are bundled up. I mean, I'm sure they are because they're used to this. But yeah, it is really, I mean, we think it's cold here, but imagine what it is up there.
Gosh, exposing yourself to those conditions for that long, talk about endurance, man. For the sled driver, or whatever you call them, to the dogs, everybody. That's really impressive. I don't know how the heck they do it. I really don't.
Pretty fun to watch, though.
It is. 6:37. Taking a look outside here in southern Wisconsin, we are due for some bitterly cold temps. That cold air is here. We're going to see just how low we'll get with the wind chills in Kelly Slifka's First Warn forecast.
And just how much wage thefts are costing Americans more and more every year.
a prosecutor, now Circuit Court Judge Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, I'll be a common-sense judge. I'll protect public safety. I believe in a woman's freedom to make her own decision on abortion. It's time for a change.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
So I just started this new trapeze class and...
Whoa, the new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro or any iPhone on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donuts.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
Get everything for your next home renovation at Menards. When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Pittsburgh has got you covered. From crack-resistant to fast-drying options, we have the paint for your needs. Grab a gallon today for $49.98. It's a great time for your next upgrade from your appliance destination right now at Menards. Upgrade your home with quality, energy-efficient appliance brands, including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save big money on your entire appliance upgrade right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court. She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion, even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified, most accurate team, First Warn Weather. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Michigan Representative Debbie Dingell wants to tell the rest of the government that the Midwest is not flyover country. Dingell announced the creation of the Democratic Heartland Conference in the 118th Congress. It'll consist of many of the Great Lakes states. The group hopes to have 40 members. They list manufacturing, labor, and rural health care, as well as infrastructure and the environment as their main issues. Dingell said the Midwestern states provide over 20% of the global fresh water supply and 25% of national trade travels over the lakes.
Several lawmakers are expressing frustration over their lack of access to classified material found in the homes of current and former presidents and vice presidents. As Nicole Herzog reports, this comes as new polling shows how Americans are reacting to the handling of documents.
CBS News polling on handling of classified documents by current President Joe Biden, former President Donald Trump, and former Vice President Mike Pence shows most Americans believe they should all be investigated over the matter, with Mr. Biden polling ahead of Mr. Trump when it comes to how Americans perceive their cooperation with investigators. The new polling comes as the DOJ says Congress will not be able to see the documents until the special counsels handling the investigations approve it.
Our job is to make sure there's not an intelligence compromise.
Both the leading Democrat and Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee believe withholding the material is a mistake, both senators speaking out on Face the Nation.
These are probably materials we already have access to. We just don't know which ones they are.
The two argue the committee has a constitutional duty of oversight and access to the documents would allow them to address issues such as potential overclassification of material. The panel also controls funding for some intelligence agencies.
So you threatened to withhold some funding to some of the agencies.
I'm not in the threat business right now, but we certainly are. There are things we need to do as a committee every year to authorize the moving around of funds. I think the Director of National Intelligence and other heads of intelligence agencies are aware of that.
As the standoff over access to the documents continues, the race for 2024 is getting underway, with Mr. Trump holding a rally in South Carolina, the first campaign event of the year.
That was Nicole Herzog reporting. The National Archives is now asking presidents and vice presidents from the past 6 administrations to look through their records for any classified materials.
Wage theft costs Americans more than any other type of theft each year. It's estimated employers fail to pay American workers up to $50 billion in wages every year. That's equal to 5.5 million stolen cars, nearly 12 million bank robberies, or 76 million snatched purses. Most common types of wage theft are no overtime pay, minimum wage violations, working off the clock, illegal pay deductions, and not being paid at all. There's currently a movement in Washington to increase wage theft penalties and decrease the wait times in the nearly 650,000 annual wage theft complaints.
A third COVID booster reduces deaths among patients with pre-existing conditions by 90%. That's the result of a new study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal. Researchers say people with multiple health conditions are much more likely to survive COVID if they have a third dose compared to people who only have 2.
All right, let's get to Kelly Slifka's first warn forecast. 2 alert days, Kelly.
Yeah, 2 in a row after the heavy snow that we had Saturday night. We've got the cold that has followed it, and it's bitterly cold wind chills, so make sure you cover everything up because those winds will be up there. And it doesn't take that much wind when it's this cold to really make it feel cold. In fact, by tomorrow morning, this time that wind chill value could be down to 25 below. Look at these impressive snowfall totals, and I tell you what, Madison took the top honors right through the city. In fact, here at the station on the southwest side, 9.5, over 10 inches in Monona, and at the airport, 7.3 inches of snow, and now we've got the cold air. We had a few flurries this morning. That's pretty much dissipated, and we are looking at dry weather for most of this week, but we do have the cold weather now. 5 degrees the actual temperature here in Madison, where they have had some clearing. 1 below in Viroqua, 0 currently in Camp Douglas. Across Dane County, all of us are in the single numbers. Bundle up this morning. 3 degrees in Wanakee. We're flirting with 0 right now. 4 in Oregon, and Stoughton at 5 degrees. So we've got cold temperatures now. The winds are out of the northwest as high as 12 miles per hour. That puts our wind chill value well below 0, 11 below 0. So make sure you cover all the exposed flesh this morning and all day long, even though we are expecting some sunshine. Wind chill values will remain below 0 and quickly dropping off this evening as that temperature plummets with clear skies close to 25 below 0, waking up this time tomorrow morning. So we do have some bitterly cold temperatures. We'll call it partly cloudy. It won't be completely sunny this afternoon, but we should see a little bit of sunshine. It will be dry, and then with the clear skies, we got all that fresh snow that just any radiation that we accumulate during the day will just go right back out into space. Temperatures quickly dropping through the single numbers, even below 0 by tomorrow morning. So we got wind chill values below 0 today, close to 25 below 0 tomorrow morning. But it will be dry with some sunshine pretty much all week long, and we will gradually start to warm up. But not now. We've got that bitterly cold air coming out of Canada for the upper Mississippi Valley, the Great Lakes. That'll be with us today and tomorrow. But that retreats up to the north, at least temporarily. It's going to be flirting with us by Thursday night into Friday. We'll get another taste of some of that colder air. But then it looks like by the weekend, that'll be moving on to the north and east, and we'll see a pretty good warm up for both Saturday and Sunday. And it looks like that'll continue much of next week. Looking into February here, above average temperatures for the 6 to 10 day outlook. But we do have the bitterly cold temperatures today and tomorrow. Just bundle up with the alert days continuing for 2 days, and then we do rebound Wednesday and Thursday. It looks like great days to maybe take advantage of that snow that we got. Should be some nice snow for us. It does turn colder Friday, but we quickly get back up close to 30 Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:47 now. Let's slow things down, see what's happening in the 608 this morning. Frozen Fest continues in Sun Prairie this week. It kicked off with some fun events over the weekend, and on the schedule this week, plenty of time to check things out. Looking ahead, today you can check out the hot cocoa, s'mores, and craft kit pop-up. That is from 4 to 6 tonight at Prairie Lakes. Tomorrow is the Winter Puzzle Contest at the West Side Community Building. Then on Wednesday, Night at the Museum with a chance to meet Jimmy the Groundhog.
Hey.
Just don't get too close to him. Then finally on Thursday, one of our favorite mornings of the year, Jimmy the Groundhog will give his prognostication on Groundhog Day. Will we see an early spring? We'll find out live on News 3 Now this morning. This coming Thursday, February 2nd, around this time, we'll see if Jimmy sees his shadow or not. It's always one of our favorite mornings of the year.
It is. Love it. Live TV. That's what
8 years ago was when Jimmy bit at the mayor of some prairie. Just a little nip.
Little love
That's
nip.
why you don't want to get too close. To learn more about these events, I've posted links to the story at channel3000.com.
I mean, it's going to be well below zero with wind chills this week. I don't know what Jimmy's going to tell us that would make it change our mind about how much winter we have.
I'd love to look at the little history of how accurate they are, too, because I always feel like it ends up being the opposite of whatever they predict. But
I know.
We'll see.
All right, good luck this year, Jimmy. And in the meantime, don't forget to let Josh here know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, the clock's ticking for the federal government to figure out its finances.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. Earn fuel points on every purchase and save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. With Pick and Save fuel points, all you do is win big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s was a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit, and I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zyfans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam Zinc That Cold.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
And we start with news from the U.S. Surgeon General.
Based on the data I've seen, believe that 13 is too early.
U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy saying that 13 is too young for social media. New research says that habitually checking different feeds can alter the brain chemistry of children. It also associated poor literacy skills and difficulty using expressive language to adolescent use of social media.
All over the country, people have been protesting the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols by Memphis police. Protesters braving the cold in Madison to voice their concerns on Sunday. Protests planned again for today. The GoFundMe for Nichols' family has raised over $1 million.
For the first time since 1997, the U.S. Census is proposing new race and ethnicity standards, Middle Eastern and North African category. Could be the first groups added since the census first included ethnicities. Countries that would be included in this new designation are Lebanon, Iran, Egypt, Syria, Morocco, and Israel.
Philadelphia is a city in celebration this morning as the Super Bowl contenders are officially decided. The Eagles and the Chiefs will square off in less than 2 weeks for the NFL championship. Ticket prices could reach, get this, as high as $30,000 for the prime seats. The game is February 12th with a 5:30 kickoff.
The U.S. has hit the debt ceiling set by Congress. It's forced the Treasury Department to take extraordinary measures to keep the government financially afloat. A solution of some sort is needed now within the next few months. President Joe Biden will meet with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy this week to discuss the matter in detail.
Classes are canceled today for students in Woburn, Massachusetts after 500 teachers have gone on strike. Those teachers are striking for a 14.75% increase in wages over the next 3 years to combat inflation. The city offered a rejected 10% raise. Teachers are set to strike at every school in that city. Negotiations continue at this hour.
Take a look here. A video of a man being rescued from an overturned police cruiser on train tracks. It happened in Atlanta, Georgia. The man was said to have had stolen a cruiser, then led officers on a high-speed chase. He then rolled the cop car on the train tracks and was rescued seconds before being hit by the train. The man is uninjured. He is charged, though, with a list of offenses, including theft.
The city of Almabra presented Brandon Sy with its Medal of Courage. Sy confronted the suspected gunman at a dance studio minutes after 11 people were fatally wounded and 9 others hurt during a Lunar New Year celebration in nearby Monterey Park. Police say his bravery prevented more bloodshed. President Biden inviting him to attend the State of the Union address in Washington, D.C. next month.
All right, we've got a very cold start to our Monday after the snow that we had over the weekend. These are the actual temperatures. We continue to inch down. We're now down to 4 degrees here in Madison, 3 in the Dells. A little bit of clearing up to the north and west. That's why we are seeing temperatures below 0. And you factor in that wind, it's going to feel a lot colder. Here's our wind chill, 8 below 0 in Madison, 10 below in the Dells. Look at Camp Douglas, already down to 17 below. This cold, it doesn't take much wind to really bring in those cold wind chills. So some clouds this morning, partly sunny skies this afternoon, a little bit of sun, but it's going to be deceiving with that northwest wind keeping those temperatures in the single numbers all day long. The wind chill values will remain below 0 throughout the day, even with that sunshine. And tonight, we're likely headed below, well below 0, 10 below 0, wind chill values close to 25 below 0 starting tomorrow morning.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Time right now is 6:56. Make it a great day. We're back with an update in 30 minutes.